I guess I have to add myself to the stream. Hey, everybody, it's Ray's over from the Horror Syndicate, and it is Thursday night. We're back to Thursdays. Did we do Thursday last week? I don't remember. Anyway, if you're joining us, we are live on YouTube, where you should subscribe. Sound like I've been drinking all day. And if you're on Facebook, you should hit the like button, share this out, share it with all the peeps all around the world or wherever. Maybe just around the neighborhood. Tonight we are doing a top, 12. We're ranking all the Halloween movies from John Carpenter's immortal classic Halloween, and the reason I call it immortal classic is because Halloween 3 told me so. To Halloween Kills. So we've got them all in here. We've all seen Halloween Kills, I think, plenty, at least 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. Seth's probably seen it 25 times at this point. So we're going to rank the movies. We're going to talk a little bit about one other thing, the brackets that are going on right now. Real quick, I just want to show you. This took me forever, so I want to show it off. There's 128 teams down to 4. The Lost Boys versus Night of the Living Dead. Texas Chainsaw Massacre versus Dawn of the Dead. Last time I checked, it's surprising the shit out of me. The Lost Boys and Texas Chainsaw Massacre go head to head tomorrow, which is blowing my mind. And then this, I took a picture of my son trying to do the Nick Castle with the Dr. Pepper. Didn't turn out as great because his head is way smaller. I can't hold the mask up on his head. So anyway, that's enough of my personal life. Let's get to the cast and crew of the Horror Syndicate Discourse. That we've been running this show for a while, and I gotta get Mikey in there. So we've got Mr. Seth Thaddeus Miller. How's it going, bro?
It's going. How's it going with you?
Okay. Same deal. It's going. Although I got a 4-day weekend because parent-teacher conferences, no childcare, fun times. Then we've got Nathan Thomas Milliner, aka Bucky's Electrical Company, new business.
Yeah. I'm on the phone with the cops right now.
You're gonna get, if you're not careful, you're gonna get thrown into a transformer, and not the fun ones. All right, and then we got Joe Grizzly, bitch. Yeah, there's a transformer. There we go.
In arm's reach, fucking nerd.
How are you guys doing, Joe Grizzly and Nate? How are you guys doing?
I'm good.
Okay.
Ready to talk.
Talk. So also, before we let our next co-host in, we want you to tell us your thoughts on our rankings. Bitch, complain, whatever. I don't care. I want to hear it all. And let us know where you think things belong as well. And without Jared Dumbface, I like your face.
So, good
Jared,
timing.
how are you?
Not bad. Good evening, guys. Last show before All Hallows Eve.
Yes. Why the screen gets so small? Is it always this small?
No.
I don't think there's been 5 of us on here in a bit.
Is that what it is?
Maybe.
How about this?
I wasn't on the last show, and the show before that, Jared wasn't on, I don't think. And then
yeah, that's what it is. It's the settings. How about that? Or even more importantly, how about this?
Jesus.
No. Okay. So we are ranking the Halloween movies, and we'll show an image up, and I'll do a preview of this one. We'll show an image. We'll discuss it, why it is, where it is, and we'll go on from there. And of course, we want to hear from you, obviously, and this is no surprise to anyone. So, but one last thing I'm going to show off before we start, if you guys don't mind. We've been doing this with the Halloween movies, and now I'm doing with Elm Street. We're going to do a lot of movies this way. We're doing a 5-star ranking. That way I can start making all these rating lists. And as you can see right now, Nightmare on Elm Street's on there. We've got 217 people who have rated it. We need more. I want like 6,000. I mean, shit, we did a Michael Myers versus Jason thing, and I got like 800 fucking responses. Let's go. Let's do something more, better. Anyway. Let's close that out. So anyway, we're here. It fucking went small again. You mother. Okay, there we go. Anyway, you guys ready to get this show on the road? Talk some Halloween. Last time we were talking Halloween until Halloween Ends comes out. I'm telling you right now, no more Halloween until Halloween Ends comes out.
I'll see it when I believe it.
Yeah,
I'll believe it when I see it. God damn it.
Well, I mean, we'll do a show like theories for Halloween Ends and stuff like that, but we're not going to be like harping on and on about Halloween. And I think this is the last franchise we actually have to rank, So we did Elm Street earlier this year, I think, or last year, and then we did the Friday the 13th movies as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Brian Enright says Halloween dies tonight. So anyway, let's anything you guys want to preface with before we get into the talking?
I'm a reason a movie people hate is up so high.
Actually, it's not as high as it was.
As it was, true.
Yeah, so Jared actually he kind of nailed the coffin on that one. But yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Why? We'll get to that. We'll get to that. And I'm just gonna go silent like this when we talk about that one. So, Nate, your face is right on the logo. Should I get rid of the logo?
I'm doing this on purpose.
Oh, okay. Here's the blue one. Ah! Yay! Okay. So, I
thought it was
the old school logo.
half-ass Snapchat shit.
We'll get sponsorship
oh,
on
like a
Nathan's
filter?
forehead.
Here, go ahead. Put your face back there again. There. All right. We like to joke. We want to hear from you. Absolutely. Please don't be afraid to comment. It'll pop up on the screen, just like this. Hellraiser rankings. We'll do that eventually. Seth actually wrote an article. It's on thehorrorsyndicate.com. Rated all 12 Hellraiser. 12 is I don't know how many fucking Hellraiser movies there are. All 47 of them. Jared has the collection behind him. Yes, Jared is moving on up in the world. 10 of them? Yeah. Okay.
I've seen 3 of them.
I think I've seen them all. Anyway, Hellraiser, I don't know. I think about 5 of them are worth talking about. So let's get to ranking. Let's get to rating these movies. You guys ready? We already showed you the first one. So coming at number 12. 12 is the last possible place you can be in, and Halloween Resurrection. Why is that, guys?
Personally, I can't get through like 10 minutes of it, so it's so hard to watch.
Yeah. I mean, it's not great. I could still watch it.
I don't know, like it's not even on like the level of like it's so bad it's good for me. It's just like the dialogue, I can't get past the dialogue, and then they're like half-assed. Michael Myers was a paramedic at the end of H2O. Like literally makes 0 sense.
Yeah.
They tried with him like breaking his throat so he can't talk, but I'm like, wouldn't he like frantically wave his arms when Laurie's about to run over him with the car?
Yeah.
Or like,
Or who could survive getting like I don't know what 80 miles an hour getting thrown through a windshield? I mean, his neck would have been fucking broken. I mean, he's not going to get up.
Yeah,
that's one hell of a paramedic, man.
Seth did a ranking of the Halloween movies, and he spoke seriously. Seth, how long was it? 17 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
All on that part that you guys are talking about.
are you sure it wasn't a rant, not talk?
I mean, we can say that.
Well, Cliff Notes version, it just the logic behind it makes no sense, and I hate what they did with Laurie Strode. They just made her an incredibly stupid character for no fucking reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
The serial killer expert couldn't even properly sum up how many people Michael killed in that. Just yeah, not a fan of that.
Yeah, I mean that. I was gonna say one of the best things for me was the beginning originally, and then the mask, like Michael Groves said. But yeah, overall, it's not great. I can still watch as well. I'm not.
I call it the get off. I call it the get off my lawn Halloween movie because it's like we saw in like Halloween H2O that Michael shows up when he's there to kill a 17-year-old right on their 17th birthday. That's what they established, right? Judith was 17, Laurie was 17, John was 17. So what's he doing now? It's like, just get off my fucking property, you know? It's like, I'm just gonna kill you all. I don't know.
Sounds kind of like Halloween Kills a little bit.
I can't watch it. It's bad.
Jared, any thoughts before we move on to the next one?
I mean, Busta Rhymes steals the show.
Yeah, that's what sucks. I like Busta Rhymes, but I don't like this movie.
Yeah, I like Busta Rhymes' music. I can't say much about what he does behind the or in front of the camera. But yeah, I don't know. This one just kind of fell flat. I remember being extremely excited to go see this. Saw it on opening day. Third Halloween movie I saw in the theater. It just was like, like that was the old saying. That was a movie. Busta Rhymes Kung Fu Master. Yeah. So anyway, moving on to the next one is its predecessor, Halloween H2O, and what?
Probably lower than people think we're gonna have it, but
I watched this the other day. So I rewatched almost everything, and I rewatched this, and I could not believe that. I was like, I can't believe I put this where I put it, which was like 7 or 8. So I was like, this is going straight to 12. I think this is worse than Resurrection. It's awful. There's like 3 or 4 minutes of good stuff, and it's when Laurie gets the axe and yells Michael. From then on, I like it. That's
Yeah.
it. That's like an hour and 20 minutes into the movie. So that's just me. You guys might think differently.
I mean, it has good story elements. Like the main problem is like I think we've talked about in the past. I think Nathan brought it up. Is like one the way it looks, like it's the lighting's like super blown out, but it is like super Scream ripoff-ish.
Yeah.
And then
it's
you have
Scream. It's Scream without the fun and the great characters and the whodunit and all that. It's like it's not.
Yeah.
Like I could give a shit less about the characters other than Laurie Strode, and I mean I like Adam Arkin, but he's hardly in the movie, and not that his character is anything great, but the only thing I do love the ending, like you said, with the axe screaming Michael. I love her cutting his head off. That was a great ending when it happened in 1998 before the other shit show came along, and I really love the rest stop scene, which I'm glad they resurrected in the new one movie, but and I kind of like the opening with Marion and the kid and Joseph Gordon-Levitt and all that. But we were talking about I think Chris Duran is one of my least favorite.
Yeah.
The mask, he looks like Clay Aiken to me, and the movements he does, it doesn't look like Michael. It looks like he's an action star all of a sudden. It's like these quick turns and coming down from the ceiling, which was cool. But what the fuck is he up there for? Like Michael's got to do pull-ups to hide from Laurie. What? It's cool, but why? And then the knife is like 2 feet long. I don't know what's going on with that knife. Where do you get that goddamn thing? It's like a machete.
So
yeah.
Go ahead.
I'd say the masks is a big problem because how many masks are in the movie? I know there's multiple, and then they CGI'd some of it, right?
Yeah.
I know you sent a picture yesterday you're going to use for the
It was the CGI mask.
Nathan was like, God, no.
I might have it saved on my computer.
You're going to use for the It's got like super dark, like weird shading.
Nathan was like, God, no.
What happened?
I don't know. Someone's audio is going off.
Somebody's called H2O Waterboy.
Whose computer is that?
I don't know. Oh,
It's not mine.
I guess I erased that picture. I don't think I have it
My
anymore.
bad.
Oh, no, there it is. I'll pull it up on the screen so everybody can see.
Oh my god.
So there's the CG mask.
It's so bad. I don't understand what they're even trying to do with it.
Halloween 5 below this, no offense. Well, don't worry. We'll get there. But H2O has a lot of problems. And I'm probably the biggest. I made it. It probably wouldn't be as low if it wasn't for me. I think I made it 12, didn't I?
I'll say the thing. I don't think we told them we didn't all just sit down and put where we're gonna put these movies. We all made individual lists.
Yeah.
And combined them, and where we had them placed combined, put them where they are. So
yeah, this was a little somebody could have had H2O as number 2, and if everybody else had it as 12 or 11, it ain't going to be up there. So that's
if we had to sit down and agree where a movie's going to go, it wouldn't happen.
No, yeah.
No, it wouldn't.
It would not happen.
We'd all be like, ah.
It would.
Sorry, I had to.
Everybody's movie taste is different.
I mean, I think I used to really like H2O, but like Ray's saying, every time I watch it now, I like it less, and I stop caring. And I do. I think it's. I talked about that. That whole 1998 to 2002, 2003 era of film, just kind of. I don't know. I just don't. Some of it's good. Some of it's really bad, and there's just something about this one that I like less and less as I watch it. That it's not. I mean, it's hard, but I don't have it this low. But
yeah, for instance, I have it.
It's
at
on the other side
on my list.
Yeah, it's like middle road for me.
I think. Well, I will say one thing for anybody who's out there. I'm doing a video with I had the fans vote with the 5-star ratings on Facebook. It ranked a lot higher on that. It's probably like 7 or 8 based on fan votes. But I think 2018 and Halloween Kills has annihilated this movie for me, because Halloween Kills. I'm not a huge fan of 2018. I do like Kills more and more I see it, but they like the path they took with Jamie Lee Curtis's character in 2018 versus H2O. Really, I like it better. So it's kind of like compare the two, you know.
Well, the biggest thing with them is in H2O, you have like the commercial version of Trauma, and in 2018, I feel like you've got like the real world version of Trauma, like the ugly version of Trauma.
I think what you have a problem here is, like, if you talk to all the Halloween fans, you're gonna get different lists. There are people who hate the 2 new movies, think they're shit. There are people who think Rob Zombie's movies are an atrocity against mankind. There are people who hate Halloween 3. There are people who hate everything. So there are people whose
favorite is Resurrection.
Yeah, I was added to a Resurrection group where their favorite was Resurrection, and
that's weird.
That's their favorite movie, and you're like, well, you must have been 5 when it came out, and that's what you saw first. And a lot of the case it was. So we're all different, and it's like that's what happens. So yeah, does H2O deserve to be this low? Maybe, maybe not. But it's not one of the best Halloween movies.
No, in my opinion, it's definitely not. So next, moving on to the next one. Unless Seth, you have anything you want to say before Seth or Jared?
Yeah, I think H2O is kind of like mid on my list. I do agree that it hasn't really aged very well, and that, you know, it is a Halloween movie that's trying to be a Scream movie rather than a Halloween, which kind of hurts it. But I think it's pretty well paced. I mean, it moves along at a really brisk pace. I never get bored with it. I like the beginning and I like the ending. Kind of the stuff in the middle is where it kind of loses me just a small bit. But I think it's definitely better than number 5 at least.
Mm-hmm. And I don't like that they use the Scream score. It just drives me nuts. I don't. Yeah, I love Scream.
There's a reason.
Yeah.
Did you watch the documentary? It's a 2-part documentary. Blood is Thicker Than Water. It's about the making of H2O.
I'll probably watch it at some point.
Go into the whole. Yeah, you should. They're on the Blu-ray, but they're also on YouTube. You can find them on there. But they go into detail.
Which Blu-ray are you talking about?
The Scream Factory.
Because I didn't see it on my big set when I was looking at it. It might be in the there's a special features disc. It could be on that. I'll have to look again. But I think I've seen that before, because I looked and I was like, is it on the old Blu-ray? Because I'm telling you, I'm not going to buy another fucking copy of H2O ever again.
No, that's why I didn't buy the box set. I'm like, all the ones I love, I've got like multiple copies of. I'm not going to buy it to have H2O's Blu-ray.
Now, another thing, like, I feel like people, when it comes to rankings, they suspect because you have a movie low in your rankings means you don't like it.
Yeah,
like that's not the case at all.
I'd still rather watch Halloween H2O than a lot of horror movies.
Like Resurrection is literally.
Like, I still know what you did last summer. That movie's awful.
Like very fair.
Resurrection's literally like the only movie out of the Halloween franchise like I literally don't like. Like, all of them have flaws, but that's the only one I don't like. All the other ones I can watch them.
Yeah, Resurrection's the only one I'm like, no, I don't even own it.
Well, I bought it 3 times and that's enough. And one of them came. To be fair, one of them came with the box set from Scream Factory. I love the Scream Factory box set.
Pitter patter. Go ahead.
I get the hate for Rob Zombie H2, but H2O. I mean, we could go around in circles about this, but everybody has different views. Seth is super.
We just
laggy.
told you why we don't like it.
Yeah.
Take it for what you want.
H2O in terms of story and characters is Godfather compared to oh my lord. That's your opinion. Moving on is number 10 on our list is Revenge of Michael Myers. I don't hate this one.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I mean, it again. All these movies have flaws. It has problems, but like this scene right here that you have pictured.
The mask.
That's a great scene.
The mask.
It was great, except for him standing with the knife in the same position the whole time.
Yeah, he does that the whole third act. The whole third act, he's doing this shit. It's like doing what? Yeah, I don't get it. And the collar's not up. I hate that. That drives me. It's the first movie where the collar's not up. But the thing is, I can't.
And the mask.
The mask is ugly, but like the problem with the movie
ugly
is the guy didn't really give a shit about Halloween and just throwing in the Man in Black bullshit. And
oh man, that is good.
But I think I moved that one up. Same reason you did, Ray. Like there is a nostalgia. It's still an '80s Halloween movie, so it still has that nostalgic part. I really like Donald Pleasance in it.
His speech in the woods. About
when he tells
we talked about that a little.
That's one of the best scenes in the movie. I always love the scene where they're in the house and the guy's freaking out because they're hearing the cop die on the radio and the guy wants to go, and he says, "What's it, Johnny? Michael Myers is outside." Like, holy shit, yeah, he is. There's like little scenes like that, but there's a lot of bad in it. Totally a lot of bad in it. They kill off Rachel, which is bullshit.
Big time bullshit.
Yeah,
arguably the best character in 4. They kill off immediately.
Yeah, it just
was there a behind the scenes reason for that, or was it just that's what they did?
And somebody in post was like, you know what will make this scene better if there was clown music playing during the cops talking. Like I don't
music
because those cops would not be that bad. They would be typical horror movie cops, except for that damn music.
Yeah, because. I said after watching it the other day, I was like, Halloween 5, there's a good movie in here if it was recut a little bit, we got a private chat message. It doesn't look like you're freezing up to me, Seth. Halloween 5 was the first Halloween movie I own on DVD. It has grown on me over the years as a fun movie. When Loomis tells Michael to go home, that is one of the best scenes in the franchise. I don't know, but it's a really good one.
That's the other thing. Like, Donald Pleasance is like the reason those movies hold up for me. Yeah. Like if Donald Pleasance wasn't in 4 or 5, I probably wouldn't like them.
One thing I also love about that one that every time I watch it is Danielle Harris. Of course, she's phenomenal in 4 and 5 for her age, but I like when she is like she's facing it. Like when he's chasing Tina. And she like waves him down and says, here. And she starts like, come for me. And then the part where Loomis is going to go to the Myers house and she just looks down and says, what do you want me to do? Like, I will do it. I will do this to end this shit. And I like for a 10-year-old girl to do that, it's powerful shit. That she's like facing her. She knows it's all because of her.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some good in there. It's got a whole lot of flaws, but the more and more I watch it, the more I'm like, it's still got a lot of. It's still close to part 4, which is my favorite sequel. So I think that's part of it too. It's still got Meeker, it's still got Danielle, Jamie. It's still close enough that I still have some kind of attachment. But it's not a great movie. It's still deserving to be where it's at.
They turned the Myers house into a gothic mansion.
Yeah. Michael Rhodes said that.
I
don't know. And the thing that kills me is they shot 4, 5, and 6 in the same fucking place in Salt Lake City. It's like, how come that this is a problem with continuity? The Myers house wasn't shown as far as I can remember in 4.
No.
5 or 6, they had a decent looking Myers house. It was a little bit different, but kind of the same.
It had like a basement and like a weird front part.
The mask is easily the worst, other than CG mask.
Yeah.
Although I don't, at the same time, like again, that hair, what they were doing with the hair and even the hair on this one, but the H2O hair just
There it is again.
spiked hair.
And you know that's Greg Nicotero's face too, right?
Yeah, I know that K and B did it.
Yeah, they did a mold of his face to make that mask.
And that long, wide out neck.
It's the
on
only
it.
movie his neck's not tucked in. Maybe it's over tucked from part 2 or part 4.
I tell you what, it's a strong fucking dynamite that turned that mask from that. For that.
That's another problem though. It was supposed to be the man. He picks the mask up from the dynamite. Maybe the old man tinkered with it. Maybe it was a mask rehauler. And he was like, "Let's need no rehauling."
It's like this looks like Shatner. I hate Star Trek. We're gonna change this shit.
Jared, anything on 5? Seth, are you okay? I know seems like you're glitchy for some reason.
Oh,
Yes, I don't know. Everything seems fine on my computer, so
okay.
fuck if I. If I can with part 5, it's my. I think I ranked it at number 11. I really don't like the direction they took Loomis in this one. I don't care for asshole Loomis at all. It was like borderline child abuse, and I know that there's the whole thing. I have a friend who prefers 5 over 4, and he tries to say it's Loomis at the end of his rope, and I get that to a certain extent, but it's only been a fucking year since the last one. I just don't like this version of Loomis. It seemed out of character for me. Again, with the mask, I feel like the whole film just overall it looked flat. It looked like a made-for-TV movie to me, and it looked like it was in September and not October. I don't know.
Yeah, it's very green.
A lot of missed opportunities too. I mean, the whole thing with Tina, her death. If that was Rachel, that would have been a more powerful moment in the movie.
Yeah.
You know, if Rachel lived up until just before and she dies right before the third act, there's a couple things I do like in it, of course. I really like the scene with Mike and Tina driving.
Yeah.
That was actually kind of a fun scene. You know, she's telling him to stop the car, and he just keeps looking at her.
I like that.
And I always get a chuckle. Yeah. That was cool. That was kind of different too, having him have a different mask on for a scene. And one last thing that I do like is how Michael got Mike and how obsessed he was with the car. He just takes that and just make me chuckle.
It's a little funny. It's a little funny though. Why does Michael stop to let her out? I've got her. Go get your smoke, Spirit. Yeah. Okay, you yelled at me, so you hurt my feelings. Go ahead and get your cigarettes.
Let's don't forget about Giant Cookie Lady.
Cookie Lady.
Go get your cigarettes. She'll pull on you.
I do like the way he stopped the car when she said stop the goddamn car, and he did it like in 1 when Annie yells at him.
Yeah.
Speed kills. Stop the goddamn car. When he's told to stop the car, he stops the car.
He does take orders. Maybe that's how you kill him. You just stop the car, Mike. He'll stop.
I mean, in 6, that's all he is taking orders. He's a flunky. So,
we gotta get him in a car.
He's a T-800 sent from the future.
Yeah. So, unless Jared's got anything to say, we can move on to the next one. Jared? No?
I mean, all these are gripes, you know, when it comes to these ones. Bud. I don't have too many, but I do agree with Seth that I do think Loomis was portrayed in a very different version that we've been accustomed to and have grown to know in this one. And I also do agree with it. It does feel like TV because this was one of the ones that showed on USA like growing up all the time. Like it does feel like it fits on TV in a way, which is kind of weird. But no, I'm not a fan of this one at all.
This movie in 6 almost pushed it to made-for-video movies. So yeah. So let's go. With
surprisingly, six jumped it on my list.
Yeah, I like 6 better. A lot better. A lot of the 6 is one a lot of people hate. But anyway, here's number 9. And this one caused some issues in the group. Halloween 2009. Halloween 2 2009. The Rob Zombie sequel.
Jared.
Me and Jared both ranked it really low. Jared has it at number 12. Keith has it as number 1.
No, I think it's wait.
You got it 3.
Let me check
He's
so I
at
get
3.
pitchforks. Yeah, it's at number 3. Bring your pitchforks.
Well, it's funny because I after we talked about it last year, I was like, you guys are right. It's not as bad if you watch the director's cut. But then I watched them back to back, like 20 minutes, then the next one, both versions. I'm like, this fucking movie as a whole sucks. I'm sorry, but I did not like it at all. Nothing about it was good to me, and that's just my opinion. But you guys, Jared, you hate it too. So tell me why you hate it, and then we'll see why. Seth's like right in the middle. Then Nate, and it's like it's a trickle down effect. It goes all the way to Keith.
I only watched it once. Does that tell you anything?
Which one was it? Do you remember? Was it theatrical or was it the director's cut?
It was whatever came. No, I guess that would have probably been the theatrical cut because I watched it when it first came out and I had no desire to ever watch it again.
Okay, here's the thing. That was me. I saw it in theaters. Well, preface: this was my second Halloween movie ever in theaters. I'm a baby, but I saw it in theaters and I absolutely hated it. And I didn't rewatch it ever until when did we do the last Halloween thing? Was it 2 years ago?
Last October.
Last week.
Last week. I rewatched the entire franchise. I was like, God, I gotta watch H2. And then I think Nathan mentioned the director's cut, which is what I had.
Yeah.
So I watched it.
That's all that's available now.
Yeah. And I was like, this is not what I remember this movie being at all. And I've watched it like 4 or 5 times since then now. And I don't know. I really like it. Laurie, I like Laurie as a character in this movie, like a lot. Which I know we talked about the group chat, but like her whole like spiral into madness and her like anxiety and her depression and her like her manic state, it's like super authentic and real. It's not like super commercially and like made up. Like it's just depressing and crazy and sad.
So much so that the studio made them cut almost all of that out.
Cut a bunch of it out in the theatrical cut.
They cut out all of the unlikable stuff about her in the director's cut. Like they were because she was a bitch. She was like really, she was angry. She was get cussed.
Unlikable.
Danielle, unlikable. And people are afraid of unlikable characters here. I don't like anybody. Loomis is an asshole in it. Yeah, but it was at least no one's gonna repeat what Donald did. So I kind of dig that whole idea of this guy exploiting it. It's because this is not Donald Pleasance. Like you have to separate it from the original films because they're not. They're a whole other entity. And I was like you all. I went and saw Halloween at the drive-in, the Halloween 2 at the drive-in. They played the first one and that one. And when Halloween 2 ended, I went, what the fuck happened? What is that? Like, that was terrible. Like, I hated it. And then I was like, I'll give it another try. I rented it, watched it, still hated it. I was like, this is one of the worst films I've ever seen because it was just a heartless hack and slash movie. It had no depth to it. And then I was at a Scare Fest one year, and I was hanging out, and Danielle Harris was there, and I was talking to her, and I said, I really liked the brackets. I wish there had been more of the brackets in the film. I said, you and Brad were great. And she said, have you seen the director's cut? And I was like, no. She said, well, see that because there's more. And she goes, she didn't like the theatrical cut either. And she said, go watch it. I still didn't go buy it. I still didn't watch it. And then, like, the more and more the years went by, more and more of my friends were, like, just swearing by it, that it was one of their favorite horror movies. They're one of their favorite Halloween movies. Like, there's no way it's that different. So I went and bought it. It was like $10 at FYE or something. And I watched it, and I'm like halfway through it. I stopped to get a drink, and I told my wife, I was like, something weird's happened. She says, what? I'm like, I'm watching H2, and I'm digging it. And then by the end of it, I was like really moved by it. That last scene, that ending of the love hurts and the shot, and somebody just commented saying it was an awful scene, but the scene, and Keith, you talked about it, the scene where she's like, she can't She's talking to her therapist.
She's talking about the pig and Frankenstein
and just give me a fucking prescription, and like it's so hard to watch because we've seen people that way who are like this movie handles trauma the way that other movies were afraid to do it. She is not stable at all, and she is on this break. So when it comes to that moment where she finds out she's Angel Myers, that's a bombshell, man. That you feel it. You know how bad it's going to be when she finds out because you already see how desperate, how like the piano wire is about to break already on her, and then the way death matters in this film, the way Brackett reacts when he sees Annie's body, what's they muted in the theatrical version, but you hear him in the director's cut, and you see the footage of Danielle Harris as a kid playing with her dog. As a father,
I think it was on the set of
watching
Halloween 4. Wasn't that from Halloween 4?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, and it's like,
which is kind of cool.
As a father, I would see it like, that's my little girl. It's not, the 20-year-old dead girl in her. That's my baby. Yeah. And that's what he's seen. And that mm-hmm. I haven't seen that in a lot of slasher movies. I've never seen that level of intimacy or in a scene of a death in a slasher film. You just stab, you're dead. Here they are. Oh, isn't that a shame?
Have you not seen Seed of Chucky? Come on.
But I mean, and it's a visually interesting movie, and I also like that he just said, "Fuck it, I'm going to make my own movie. I'm not tied down to anything," and because a lot of movies can be repetitive, and this one, it's got a lot of unlikable characters, but so did the 1970s cinema, which I miss. Not everybody has to be likable. And it's a ballsy move.
The other thing I wanted to say, I might like it like a lot because I like have personal connection. Like with Laurie, like I relate to her in some ways. Not all of it. Like I don't go fucking crazy and angry, but like the whole like not being able to process your thoughts and your mind's racing and like you have breakdowns. Like I do that stuff. So like I'm personally attached to that character in this movie. So that might be another reason I like it so much.
And then the White Horse gets a lot of shit for.
Also,
it's like everyone heard of the death. He came on a pale horse, and hell followed with him. I mean, Michael is death. So there's a lot of.
I also really like the end hallway shot with Laurie, where it's just going up to her super slow.
It's in both versions. But,
it's so good.
But is she dead at the end of the director's cut, or is she alive?
She's been killed. She's dead at the end of the director's cut.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know.
All three of them are dead.
I think that movie sucks. Anyway.
I don't know. The other thing I like is it's not just, like when some people remake movies, like it is like literally the same movie. Because like they just made the new Child's Play movie. That's a completely different movie.
But dude, that was shot for shot the same. Come on.
I have no idea where Halloween 2 is going, which is a nice thing.
I don't know. And I like that they kind of like tease you at the beginning. Like you're in the hospital. They're like, all right, we're in the hospital like H2. And then it just like rips that away from you. And it's just a dream.
And then the damage of her body that you're seeing in that opening scene when they're operating, it's like, holy shit. That's some real damage.
Like
not
a
couple of scratches here, a red line of blood here.
And I like that booth scene with that old man security guard in the dream sequence.
Yeah. So,
but it's low on the list.
Anything else? I just want to get off this movie really bad. Seth, you got anything you want to add? Because we're not done talking about Rob.
Yeah. First off, I know. I actually prefer this one over Rob Zombie's remake from 2007. And like, I think some of you guys, I didn't enjoy this at all when it first came out. I hated it. And being a completionist, I bought it on DVD when it was in the $5 bin at Walmart. It was the director's cut, and I watched that, and I really liked it a lot more. Also, I think part of it helped too is knowing what the second time around, whereas the first time around I got some expectations for it. There's a lot of things I don't like about it. I don't like Loomis at all. I don't like the asshole version of Loomis. I feel like it goes against even Malcolm McDowell's performance in the 07 movie, because he seemed, even in that one, he genuinely wanted to help people, and he was constantly being told that he was just exploiting, but he really wasn't. Like, he seemed like he really wanted an impression of him. And the fact that they went with, haha, I was right the whole time, fuck you. I don't like that version of Loomis. And I also don't like the idea that Loomis is satisfied with the fact that Michael Myers is dead, even though the body was missing, in a empty area. I didn't care for that part at all. I do agree with Nate that with how they handle trauma and how they handle death, I think it's really well done in this movie. And I think visually too, it's a very unique Halloween movie. It's not, you haven't seen another Halloween movie like it in terms of the visual style of it. I actually, even though people shit on the Sherry Moon Zombie thing, I actually kind of like that we saw, like, from Michael's perspective, seeing his mom and his younger self.
Yeah. This movie feels like
to go to a dislike to dislike. What's that?
Oof.
No, go ahead.
And to go with a dislike, I'd really dislike Laurie in this one. Understand what they were going for, but I don't know. Like, it kind of goes against what Rob Zombie was trying to establish with the 07 film, right? Because he was clearly trying to do something different than what John Carpenter did. He wasn't doing the shape; he was doing the psychopath. And so his film basically was an argument for nurture over nature. And with H2, it was weird because it kind of seemed like he was just trying to imply that just because Laurie/Angel was related to the Myers family, that she was, I don't know, she had it in her to be psychotic.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make any sense? It just didn't seem right to me that he was going in that direction after kind of really hammering home the whole bad childhood thing that made Michael become a psychopath. I don't know. My thoughts are all over the place, I guess, but
you're good. I get what you're saying. The Loomis thing, though, the only thing I see with that is like, fame does weird stuff to people, and after those events, like, fame got to him, and that's just a thing fame does to people. But then at the end, he tries to redeem himself. Like, he tells Brackett, he's like, I need to do this. Like, I've got to do this to redeem myself for what I've been doing.
And I wonder how sociable.
But even then, though, it didn't feel genuine to me.
I wonder how social his social abilities are, having stayed with this fucking kid who didn't talk for 15 years. Like, for whatever, however.
Maybe he's at the end of his rope, like Halloween 5.
He's a total dick in this, but like, yeah, fame can change people, and the frustrations of stupidity and mockery, and when you do something like that, I'm sure he's getting attacked all the time in the press. He's getting attacked by people.
They show that at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, so you can get a chip on your shoulder and be really aggressive and kind of turn into an asshole if you're being targeted all the time.
On this one.
But yeah, I prefer the Donald Pleasance any day of the week.
I thought he was good in 07, which is actually next on our list. And that's the way we're breaking down. I'm done with H2. I want to move on.
Yeah, we got to start moving.
Yeah, I think we're 17 minutes on that one. Here's Halloween 2007 Rob Zombie's film is our number 8 on the list. I watched the theatrical version again after not seeing it since the theater, and I like it way better than I did the rapey version. So that's what it is.
Yeah, I will say that is the biggest difference for me, because I watched the theatrical cut whenever I rewatched it, because I hadn't seen it in a while. And literally, the only thing in the director's cut I don't like is the breakout. Everything else I like, because there's a lot of stuff I noticed they cut out in the theatrical cut, like the nurse being a fucking asshole to Mike.
Yeah,
Mike,
you know what? I prefer her being nice to him because that makes him even more crazy.
I mean, it does. It does.
He's just
But
snapped. It's
I
not.
get-
He was alone with her and he killed her rather than her being a little bitch. He was alone, so he took his chance and fucking jabbed her. That made more sense.
True. I think I get like the satisfaction of like she's one of these bitch like asshole like older ladies, and she got what she needed.
I want to know who fucking like hired all these assholes that work at this hospital. who hired Sybil Danning and Lou Temple and Courtney Gaines? Danny Trejo's the only decent guy in the movie.
Yeah, that's probably like one of the best things in. Well, not one of the best, but I love the Danny Trejo thing in where he's like, "I was good to you, Mikey," and stuff like that. It's so good.
He doesn't fucking care.
I like this one in H2 like pretty equally, but this was like my first Halloween movie in theaters growing up. I don't even remember if I saw the original before I saw this, because I don't remember the first time I saw original Halloween.
Here's something I want to say about Rob Zombie's Halloweens. When people defend Halloween 6, the first thing they'll usually say is, "It feels like October. There's leaves everywhere. It looks like October." And like, well, so does Rob's movies. Rob's movies have all the leaves and the color and the. It's just like you can't shit on that one and defend the other one for that. You know, his movies have atmosphere, and Rob's movies, both of them, tremendous art direction. His movies look like the art direction in them, the attention to detail is great. But I always thought that. I always hear people talk about Part 6. Oh, the leaves are brown and orange, and it looks like fall. Like, so does Rob Zombie's movies.
Yeah, they have like the way people's houses are decorated, like looks like how people's houses would actually be decorated.
Yeah,
like it's not over the top. It's most of the houses you see in Rob Zombie's movies are like they're simple decorations. Like Laurie's house, there's like a couple skeletons hanging up and like some pumpkins, and that's like it. No, like I like this movie. I feel like it spends way too much time with the backstory. Like I like the backstory, but I feel like it stays with it. Like,
well, he wanted
really
to do.
Long time.
He wanted it to be a 2-part film. He wanted to do all young Michael for the first movie, so he kind of has to shove in that whole original movie storyline into that. And it kind of suffers because it kind of just goes boom, 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 boom.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I always liked this movie. I remember when I saw it in theaters, I really liked it. And I don't even know how old I was at that point, but I was a kid. But I liked it. And then I remember like, as I grew up and then internet became more popular, like everybody complained about it. And then like it just became like, don't say you like Rob Zombie's Halloween. Like you can't talk about it.
That's just a loud mouth. Like I've been to enough conventions and seen Scout's line and Tyler's line, and I mean it's a popular movie, but everything's different. I mean, again, some people put these at the top, some will put them at the very bottom. So there's just divisive. You want to start shit in a horror group? You mention Jackie Earle Haley or Rob Zombie or Walking Dead or something, and you're going to be in a fight for a couple days.
Yeah, that's another problem I have with the movie. I really don't like young Michael. I hated that. The whole beginning, once he gets the Smiths Grove, after he kills his sister and gets the Smiths Grove, I'm fine with the movie for the most part from there on. I hated the school stuff. That was big problems for me. Sorry, my internet went out for a minute, so I had to restart the router. All right, anything else before we move on to the next one? Let's see. You guys ready to move on to number 7?
Sure.
Seth?
Yeah.
Okay. Jared?
What?
Yeah. Number 7 is Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers. I believe we've all seen both versions. I think the producer's cut and the, theatrical cut. The producer's cut brings back the Halloween theme and it's a little bit better in my opinion. But this one for me is like Nate even said, pure nostalgia for me. First movie I ever saw in the theater. First Halloween I ever saw in the theater. But I still like it. And also, I don't mind the mask. I think it looks very menacing, that mask. Best one since the first one, in my opinion. Especially after, the mask in 5. Christ. Anyway.
Good gravy.
Yeah.
The ears are like car doors.
Like mine, you mean?
And it's got the auburn hair that's spiked out again.
Yeah. I think I've seen the theatrical cut like once, but I usually always just watch the producer's cut. Because I mean, I prefer, if I remember, the endings are different, correct?
Yeah, the endings are different. The music's different.
A lot of different.
Oh yeah.
There's extended scenes like showing Kara being a good mom. They're showing reason why Danny pulled a knife on his grandpa.
A lot more Loomis, right?
Yeah, there's more Loomis. There's a lot more good. It doesn't make it, a movie where it should be in the top 5 or anything like that, but it is my preferred way of watching it now. And I hate the cuts with that sound and the slashing sound and all that shit.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, I like what Nate said about Dr. Wynn riding on the going down the hill with his arms and riding on the fucking gurney or whatever. I saw the thing. I was like, yeah, it looks like he's riding on that. He deserves it. Okay?
And Michael becomes the daddy, which is probably the weirdest thing in the whole franchise.
I mean, there's a lot of problems with this movie for sure. That's one of them. Not getting Danielle Harris back for what it sounds like was a reasonable wage.
Money.
Yeah.
The producer's cut's better, but the producer's cut, I just don't like the idea of a cult controlling Michael. There's too many scenes in a scene. There's too many scenes where they're all like milling around doing their shit, and Michael's just standing there like a dog at stand. It's like that's not Michael Myers. So where the theatrical was forgivable was we had that scene where he butchers all of them in the surgery in the ER. Like that was when that happened in the theater in '95 when I went and saw. I was like, fuck yeah, because I was hating the idea that they were controlling Michael.
Yeah.
So when he kills them all, and it's that scary scene where the last guy comes running out of the ER. Michael's right behind him, and they chase him. The guy gets to the door, and they lock him in. He's like, no. And Michael uses him to break the door down.
Isn't that the guy who played Michael in 4 and throughout the rest of this movie?
Is it George?
They recasted Michael. They recasted Michael, and they cast, and they had George Wilbur there, but they use him for that rather than being Michael. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, seriously. So yeah, Halloween 6 is a big fucking mess, but I still love it. I still get entertained when I watch it. I go back and forth really, but the producer's cut's the better version. The story that I keep hearing is she spent $4,000 getting emancipated, and she wanted to make that money back. Yeah, so, and that doesn't sound too fucking. Hate the producer's cut. I've noticed something with Sean Sherry. He doesn't like anything we talk about. It seems like he doesn't agree with us ever. Thanks for coming, though. I appreciate that. But yeah, anyway, whatever. That movie, it sucks. I love it, but it does suck, right? I mean, it's
one of those ones that keeps diminishing every year with me.
Yeah, but it's the last time we get to see Donald Pleasance as Loomis. That's another thing. And he was the series for me. I didn't come back for the Shape. I didn't come back for Laurie or Jamie. It was Loomis that kept bringing me back. And I think that was one of my biggest problems the first time I saw H2O in the theater. Like, this movie feels way off. It doesn't feel right. Bringing Laurie back was cool, but she's also Carrie Tate and felt like a completely different character. And then Loomis is nowhere to be found, of course, because he's dead. It's just, it didn't feel right. And this one felt more like a Halloween film to me than H2O or Resurrection. Mm-hmm. That's just me, though.
I love the ending when Loomis
gets the thorn.
Yeah, he gets the thorn. I love that freaking scene.
Funnily enough, my daughter's been drawing Michael Myers lately, and she keeps putting the thorn on his wrist. And then she drew one on her own wrist. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Well, she's a Thorn trilogy.
Yeah. Anyway, up next is Halloween Kills.
Oh, Lord.
It made it to number 6 on our list.
We just talked about that one.
The first time I watched this, it was number 11, but I've come around after seeing it 4 times. So it's very still fresh on our brains. We just talked about it last week, so we're not going to dwell on this one. Overall, except for the Evil Dies Tonight, the 40 years, whatever bullshit, it's pretty fun overall. Good kills, a pretty fun ending. A little bullshit. He is evil in the flesh, right? So, quick thoughts on Halloween Kills, then we're going to move on because we just did a whole show on it last week.
It's right in the middle of my list.
It's right in the middle of this list.
It's fun. I feel like I'm going to like it more when Ends comes out because it's going to be the conclusion. This is just the middle area.
Don't think that way because I thought that about Kills. I thought it'd be better make Halloween 2018 better, and I was wrong. So I'm not even gonna think about it.
I don't know. It feels like the episode before like the season finale. Like it feels like we're getting the I don't know.
You're getting the build up.
Yeah, we're getting the build up and the filler and stuff, and then the next one's going to be the juice.
So this is the Dark Knight of the series.
It's gonna be squishy.
It's the Last Jedi of the series.
The juice is gonna be squishy.
Okay, well, so do we want to move on or do we want to linger on this even though we spent an hour talking about it last week?
I'm good.
I think we're all looking forward to the next one. I mean, we all said that last week.
I'm I'm kind of looking forward to the next one. I might be Halloweened out at this point, but I'll be re-energized when the trailer comes out.
Yeah, once you see the trailer and it's October, you're like, fuck yeah, ready for Halloween Ends.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I'll watch all 1,000 of them. But the weird thing about Halloween is I don't get Halloweened out when it comes to the first movie. That's like one I can almost throw on anytime, and I'm so excited about Sunday getting to see it in the theater on Halloween. So let's move on. So they're bunched together. Here's Halloween 2018 at number 5.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't like this one as much.
My number 2.
That's my number 5.
So it's a piece of shit, is what you're saying?
I was gonna say it falls about where I ranked it. I think.
Yeah, 5 was where I had it. I think it's the best Halloween movie since 1988.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I think the best Halloween movie since 1980. Yeah, I think that's about right. I think I agree with that. I think I had it like 7, somewhere around there. The ones in the middle seem to be where everybody ranked them, right around the middle. So, Halloween 2018, whatever. It's okay, I guess. It was cool seeing Michael back on the big screen 100% when I saw it. I was stoked when I saw it and after the fact. But for some reason, this one just keeps like getting worse and worse. Then I watched H2 and I was like, 2018 is way good.
I don't know. I'm the opposite. I like it more and more every time I watch it. It's my second favorite. It's my favorite timeline. I don't know. I like Michael being back to in 18 anyways, they go back to him just being a man, random acts, and then obviously now with Kills, they're definitely going a more supernatural route, which I mean they hinted at with 2018 whenever he shows Michael the mask at the courtyard and all the patients go nuts. So, I mean, it was there. It just wasn't in your face. And plus, Laurie is the best Laurie, in my opinion.
I love it. I don't have one complaint about it, personally. Even when I get peanut butter on my penis, it's great for me.
I love that line. I don't get
the hate for people act like that's the whole, like, that just destroys the movie. It's like, dude, it's a dad joke, all right?
If it's
not going to
perfect
say,
for him.
I got peanut butter on my dick. His daughter's right there. He's peanut butter on my penis.
Let me tell you what Halloween 2018 did the same thing that Star Wars The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi did for me. Everybody said my name. Everybody said my name, like Princess Leia said my name. Ray. Yeah, that's what it did for me. Now, I like it. I mean, I just, for some reason, less and less like it. I can't even put my finger on why. Halloween Kills did not enhance it for me like I thought it would. 2018 hates your tane and comedy. Well, that's the name of the game these days. They're putting comedy in every fucking thing. So
that's not even that funny. I mean, it's not.
No, not really.
I wouldn't be up.
I love when anything.
Toenails.
I love when anything's a bit humorous in those movies. Like that's the Danny McBride part. Yeah. Danny McBride wanted to write horror movies. You all like the guys that he worked with, Jody and David. They were the comedy guys. Danny just happens to be hilarious as a performer, and they put him in his movies.
Wait. Is he? I've never
Yeah.
seen it. I've never seen him funny. He's a dumbass, I think.
I love Danny McBride.
I've seen him in plenty, and I've never liked the thing I've ever seen him in. So I'm not a fan.
I love
You didn't like Eastbound and Down?
Eastbound and Down.
Dog shit to me. I hated that show. I watched
What?
5 episodes. I was like,
Kenny
what?
Powers,
It's so dumb. Kenny
Oh
Powers.
my God.
Pineapple Express,
Vice Principals was great.
Vice Principals.
Vice Principals was like the only thing that he was tolerable.
Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder.
He was really getting Hot Rod too. That was like the second movie he did.
All right, so next on the list, Halloween 2, 1981.
And somebody's sleeping on the job.
Somebody's my favorite image and scene in the whole franchise. Right
It
there.
really is. That is very, very good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He is
'Cause
he believed to be at large in Haddonfield.
Yeah, but you also have like that 3-level aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the layout. Plus, he's watching Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love this. I love this scene. Like it feels like he stops to acknowledge what's going on too. Like he knows now that everybody's. I mean, just at first it's just Loomis, right? Now he knows. But yeah, this is a great scene. I love this movie. I don't know how other people feel about it, but I still love Halloween 2.
I don't have one complaint about it. There's some things you can make fun of, like the hospital being so empty and things like that. But I love this movie's like a comfort movie, like the first movie.
Yeah,
It's like I'm looking forward to watching both on Halloween night, 1 and 2.
that's
what I'm
my
gonna watch.
ritual. I'd like to see it in the theater. I've never seen it in the theater.
I haven't
I'm
seen
the-
2 in the theater.
Yeah.
I'm the weird one when it comes to H2. Like I like a lot of things about it. I like that it like continues straight.
Don't
on
call
with
this one H2. This one's Halloween 2.
Halloween 2. Oh
That
my
other
God.
garbage is
Halloween
H2.
I.
Halloween I. This is Halloween.
I don't know. I like that it feels
H2
like
is a fucking Hummer. Okay.
it feels like the original and like it flows straight through it. But like I don't know. Like every time I can't get into
Same
H2
here.
every time I watch it. Like I don't know why it doesn't do a lot for me. Like
I got my shirt on. That if you can see,
I like Loomis, and that's about it. Like,
That
I
may
don't
be a
know.
generational thing because I love it.
Dick Warlock signed my shirt at a show. We were
Oh, is that what that
talking.
is?
Yeah, we were talking, and I was saying goodbye. Actually, the show was over, and he said, "Here, let me fuck up your shirt." He just signed my shirt.
I don't know.
Apparently John Carpenter was fucking under the influence while he was writing it. So I like Halloween 2. Great sequel. I like that it follows up the same night, and I like Loomis. He's not quite as crazy as he is later on. I love this, by the way. Loomis from Halloween 4. I have to have this. I gotta get it. Anyway, I don't know. I like it. I mean, Lori is MIA most of the movie because of it being in the hospital or whatnot. They fucking drug her up, but I don't know. I like it quite a bit.
I love Dick Warlock's performance. I love the way the mask fits him in it. Like that stretch. He looks really menacing in it. Almost gets like this sad eye look to it. The mask being stretched out. I love Leo Rossi as Bud.
Yeah.
Um,
Amazing Grace.
It's just soundtrack's phenomenal. I love like just the opening, how we see Michael in the alleyways. Like when I saw Kills, that was like chills because it reminded me of Halloween 2, where Michael's in the alleyway and they're
He's on the loose.
chasing
Yeah.
him. Yeah,
Yes.
He's on the run. Yeah, I love it.
that's what that's what Halloween is. Like the Elrod scene, the opening of Halloween 2, and the Elrod scene, and then the scenes in 2018, the Oneer. Like to me, that was like the what Michael was supposed to be, just this random at-large killer, a sane asylum mental patient, just out there somewhere.
Which we did get to
killing
see
people.
in 2018.
Yeah.
Him just going house to house almost.
Yeah,
You're talking about the one shot.
yeah. Or he
Yeah,
grabs
he
a hammer,
goes-
kills
he
the
goes to the
Elrod
Yep.
stand-in and the
Yep.
Pavey, and then stabs the woman in the back.
Very sad. Very sad. What? I love Duck.
Dick.
There it is.
You love Duck.
Oh, I love Duck. God damn it, Dick.
Duck.
Yeah, that's okay.
I like his robotic movement, actually.
I do too. Well, you know what? That scene in Halloween Kills when he's stabbing the guy, it's kind of robotic because he goes.
It's very. That reminded me of Dick Warlock when he's
Yeah,
stabbing.
exactly. It's very robotic and robust. Seth, anything on Halloween 2?
Yeah, it's my second favorite Halloween movie. I think it's a great companion piece to the first. Oh no, you're right. Right, you're right. Yep, it's my third
back
favorite.
and forth. That's why you did one.
It's my second favorite. It's my second favorite Myers Halloween film.
There we go. Okay.
Put it that way.
Acceptable.
That's Seth.
I'm a sucker for like the sequels that pick up immediately after the last one left off.
Mhm.
You know, or at least the sequel that feels like it's the second half of one story, kind of like Bride of Frankenstein or Superman 2, that type of thing. And so I really like that about this, that it's immediately after.
I'm gonna feed you a line, Seth.
You know, I love.
I'm gonna feed you a line.
Oh, he did it.
I'm
I'm
gonna feed Seth a line. All right. Okay. I've been trick or treated to death tonight.
You don't know what death is.
That's a great opening.
I love the Sandman too. Playing the Sandman, Mr. Sandman,
which they go back to in Halloween H2O.
Yeah.
How is that not like? It's got to be one of the best openings of the entire series. Is he sees the fucking blood drenched yard of where Michael was laying because it's so fucking dark compared to everything else. But then the neighbor, comes out. And then
I shot him 6 times.
Yeah, how is that not one of the best openings in the entire series? Come on, the intro music and all that stuff. That's one of the best openings, cold openings, whatever. I love it.
Yeah, it just puts me right in the mood to watch that movie.
Yeah.
Everything, just sent Michael walking around this, like, just, hey, here's the hospital sign. Let's go this way. It's just a fun movie.
Maybe it does have something to do with not growing up with it as much for Joe Grizzly down there, who's been silent.
I don't know. I like the whole beginning half, but once it gets in the hospital, it just doesn't do anything for me.
This was the first Myers movie I saw.
Me too.
Yeah.
It was the first Halloween I ever saw, and the story I'll tell. I think I was 5 or 6 years old. I was dressed up as a clown, but we were getting ready to go trick or treating, and my mom was working. My babysitter was going to take us out, and we were watching Halloween 2, and then the scene where Ben Tramer gets smashed by the car and it fucking explodes. I did not want to go trick or treating after I saw that. I was like, nope, we're staying home. I was like, I do not remember going trick or treating that night. So Halloween 1986. I don't know, Luke. I don't know what's up with you, man. You don't like any Halloween movie but the new ones. Come on, man. Come on. There wouldn't be the new ones without the old ones. Anyway, here's number 3.
That is.
Which mask is your favorite?
The witch.
I like the jack-o'-lantern and the witch the most, I think.
I like the witch.
I've always liked the skull.
They're all 3 awesome.
Yeah, they are.
I just like the witch because of the green.
Yeah, I like the witch, the hood on the witch too. That's like kind of green or something like that.
Yeah, it's very soft.
Yeah,
cloth, fuzzy cloth.
Seth, which one's your favorite?
It looks really good on Marion as well.
Really? 3 is amazing. Yeah, I love this movie. It took me a long time to like it. Of course, when I found out it existed, I thought Michael Myers was going to be in it because I didn't know any better. I was 10. They were showing 1 through 4 on TNT or something like that. And this comes on, and I was waiting for Michael. It never showed up. I'm like, what the fuck? And there was a commercial for Halloween. But I grew up and ended up liking it. I grew up. That was the appropriate term. Because I bought it on DVD, I think, in 2008, maybe. And I was like, okay, I'm a collector, completionist, as Seth mentioned. I gotta have it regardless. So I bought it. I needed it. It was the last one I bought, of course. Even though I should have not even bought H2O, but so I bought it. I watched it. I'm like, Jesus, this is actually really good. What was wrong with me when I was 10 years old? I was a fucking punk. That's what's wrong with me. So first of all, let's talk about Tom Atkins.
Did he fuck your mother?
He's amazing.
It's
between him and O'Hurley who make this movie. I mean, in my opinion, they're so good.
He's like the Ordell Roby of the Halloween franchise. He's got bitches everywhere. It's fine surfer girl.
Can you blame the ladies though? Come on.
I don't know what it is.
It must be the mustache. I don't know. It must
be the stash.
No, it's not the mustache because he didn't have the mustache in The Fog. And he got Jamie Lee. I'm just saying.
Kayla hates his mustache.
What's wrong with it? Grow a mustache ASAP, okay?
No.
I'd
be getting even more looks.
Tom Atkins, he's going to get a 6-pack of the champagne of beers. He's going to get some Miller Lights, and he's going to take it to the motel room, and you're good to go.
I like what Sean just said. Halloween 3 jumped 3 places on my recent watch. Don't love it, but I mean the jump 3 places. Yeah, I mean it's a really good solo horror movie. If it wasn't connected to Halloween, I think it would have been more accepted back then. That's been the argument for years, I think.
And we can all agree that this doesn't, belong in the franchise, but it still is. By itself, it's an amazing movie, but it carries a large shield over your head. Like, I don't know. We've talked about this movie a lot, and it pisses me off that most people don't even acknowledge it. Like, even somebody that's watching it tonight, like, if you haven't seen it, go watch it.
If you only watched it once when you were like 7, watch it again. Jesus.
Right. I mean,
that's the thing that annoys me is when people are like, I watched it once when I was like 8. I hated it. And I'm like, why don't you try watching it again? Like any movie like that, just watch it again. Jesus.
And the idea that they were trying to do when they made this movie, like it could have been something different, but it wasn't what anybody wanted because Michael Myers wasn't available. Apparently, he was sidelined for this movie.
It's when people don't have a problem with unoriginality is when it's a sequel to a Jason or a Michael or a Freddy movie. Like it's like, I want original. Well, here's an original third Halloween movie. No, I don't want that. I want Michael Myers for Halloween.
It probably has
I want original. I want original. Well, there's Dread Central probably announced 5 different original horror movies coming out this year, and you probably paid attention to the Halloween Kills article instead.
He's not wrong, guys.
I'm not wrong.
He's not wrong, guys.
What was the experiment this week, Grave? Did you do the Jason versus Freddy or Jason versus Michael?
He did that. It got
it got all the fucking attention.
It got a fuck ton of attention super fast.
And then he shared what's his name? The Witching Hour guy's new production film, and what's that got? Maybe 2 likes.
Are you talking about the new slasher movie?
He never
left.
Yeah, what's that got?
I actually think it got a good amount.
Oh,
maybe because it's a slasher.
Yeah, maybe. And it didn't get as much as Michael versus Jason.
It's got 27 likes and 8 comments. So
that's good.
No, I mean, I would say Halloween 3 probably has like the best ending of the whole franchise. I love the ending of Halloween 3. But I also love open-ended endings. I like being left with, you have to, like, for yourself, you have to decide like what happened.
And that's just Tom Atkins acting.
Yeah, which again, like Halloween would have been an open-ended ending if it didn't get a sequel, but it got a sequel. So.
No, but I get what you're saying though, because the last 4, maybe even 5 minutes is the most frantic in a movie that I've seen a lot of horror movies, guys. Getting maybe almost 2000s, you know.
And I also want to say it's probably the only movie where the soundtrack actually drives you fucking crazy. Because every time I watch it and that the freaking special music comes on, I want to gouge my ears out because I've heard it way too much.
No, and that's the idea.
Yeah.
They want you to go crazy because it's one more day till Halloween, Halloween, Halloween.
All right, we lost Nathan and we lost Ray. What's happening?
It's happening. It's happening, guys.
We don't have Ray here to go to the next movie, so I guess we're stuck on Halloween 3. And our faces are super zoomed in.
We are.
Oh, Ray's computer completely just stopped. But we're still live, apparently.
That's fine. Seth hasn't had something to say about Halloween 3 yet.
Well, I love it. I'm a big defender of this movie. I mean, it's my second favorite of the franchise, or third favorite, second favorite. I don't know, fucking know. Yeah. I just love it. I've said this before on the show. It feels the most like a John Carpenter movie, not directed by Carpenter, that we've ever seen. Yeah. And I think that's what I really appreciate about it. I think it's a well shot movie. I love the score from Carpenter and Howarth. Yeah, I just really dig it. I've never had a problem with it. I grew up hearing about how bad it was, and then when I watched it, I didn't see the issue with it. And then just kind of knowing sort of the behind the scenes of what the franchise was to become. I know I've gotten into this before on the show, so I'm not going to repeat myself, but you know, the horror genre was different back then too. I mean, when Halloween 3 came out, it was kind of at the very beginning stages of the rise of slashers and the Unstoppable Killer and sequels and stuff like that. But I love it for what it is. I think it's a really fun movie from beginning to end.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I don't get, I see it every day in these Halloween fan movies about how much this movie sucks. And
I mean, I love the movie, but I mean, I have problems with it. But all these Halloween movies have problems for me. So
they all have flaws, and some are more, apparent than others.
Yeah,
I mean, even this one.
Like for me, in this one, like the ending, or not like the ending, but like what's the villain's name? I already forgot his freaking name.
What's that?
What's the villain's name?
Oh, Colonel Cochran.
Yeah, Colonel like his demise is very lackluster for me. Like I don't know. I don't know exactly what they were trying to portray with like the full white makeup and stuff. Like I don't know exactly what that was supposed to be, so it's very confusing every time I watch it. And then I feel like it does have like some pacing issues, like just a little bit. But other than that, I really like it. Like I love the salesman family. Like that seems like something straight out of like a John Hughes like vacation style comedy movie.
No, that's a lot of people's favorite scene when their son goes into the let's do this test module, and but I don't know. It's if I can just lay into it for a second, like I think I was like fucking 16 when I first saw that movie. It didn't make sense to me because I knew it was a Halloween movie, like as we have already alluded to. But Halloween 3 is the most watched movie that most rewatched movie that I did, other than the very first one, honestly, over the last 12 years. It exudes what a Halloween movie would be. It's not, not the genre or
Yeah, you mean the season.
The season, yeah, exactly. It exudes what the season of Halloween would be for me. So it's always in my repertoire every year, like the last 5 days of Halloween. Like,
oh yeah,
Halloween 3 is always on there every single fucking year.
I was like, it's probably up there with my most watched of the franchise, because I think the original, obviously, I think I've seen the most. I've seen 2018 a crap ton now, and then H3 I watch every Halloween. But I had it as a kid too. I had a double pack DVD with it and Halloween 2, and again, I was also super confused because I watched them back to back, and then the whole time I was watching it, I was like, did I get the wrong disc in the case or something? Like, I didn't know what the fuck was happening.
Okay,
Hi.
I'm back.
Hi.
So yeah, my computer just completely stopped. So sorry about that.
You're good. We would have went to the next movie, but I didn't even know what it was in the rankings.
It's well, let's go ahead and go do that so we can end this shit show that I'm having. It's Halloween 4. Too bad Nate's not here. That I guess he went ahead and left to talk about this. This is his favorite sequel. I guess it's my favorite sequel too. I'm angry, so I'm gonna have a hard time articulating. I don't know why my computer would just stop. It like completely froze and stopped. So yeah, I love Halloween 4 from the opening. We get a great Loomis performance from Donald Pleasance. Introduced Daniel Harris and Ellie. I can't think of her last name now. Cornell. Anyway, take it away, Seth. I can't even. You guys can see my face.
Yeah, I can see you.
Yeah, Halloween 4 is it's an excellent sequel. I'm definitely like Ray when he mentioned when we were talking about Dr. Loomis earlier. Loomis is what draws me into this series, and so I kind of have a special love for what I call the Loomis saga, 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. With 4 probably being the better of the later ones. I think it's a well done sequel with likable characters. I think it's got some good atmosphere. I love both star as Sheriff Meeker. I think he's one of my favorite characters, and it's really a shame that they didn't have him in part 6. I know they try to say that he died at the end of part 5, but we didn't see it. I thought he was a more like sheriff's character, even Brackett. So
what? No. No, I think you're right. I like both stars. It was good. Underrated, actually.
No, I liked it a lot more this time around watching it because 4, 5, and 6 are probably some of my least watched of the genre.
You better bump those numbers up.
Well, I like them mostly just because of Donald Pleasance. Like those were the main reason I like them. And so 4 I got to watch again because I got the new Scream Factory release, and I liked it a lot more. I always have problems with all these movies, but I have problems with it. But I really like the bandage Michael. I really like that look, and then that whole scene with Loomis and the gas station diner thing.
You talked about cosplaying. Is that I don't know how many people get that. You walk around with a bandaged face.
Somebody will get it.
I want to walk around in a bandaged face with the nightgown on, though.
See, I don't want to do the nightgown.
You should.
Yeah, that's a lot of draft.
Yeah, you'll be fine. If Michael could go from Smith's Grove to wherever that was with all that draft, he'll be fine.
Well, I don't have pure evil to protect my nuts.
You may have pure hell, maybe not pure evil.
No, I liked it a lot more. I mean, I think one thing that helped me is I'm a quality snob. I don't know what the fuck you call it, because I got the new release and it's never looked as good as it's ever. and I guess I don't know. I got into it more.
It looks more new. You're all about the new stuff. New.
I'm not about
4K.
I'm not about new. I'm about
Mr.
quality.
4K.
Yeah, that's right, Mr. 4K. That should
Mr.
be your
4K.
get rid of that Cage the Keith name and go with Mr. 4K on Instagram.
People would probably be mad because I don't get every single 4K release known to man, so I can't be Mr. 4K.
I debated on getting the 5 movies on 4K, but the atrocious artwork has kept me from getting them. I'm not gonna lie, it's so fucking ugly.
I'm not gonna lie. In person, I wasn't as like taken back by them. Like they don't look that bad to me in person. But one, the cases are hard and I like them. But two, Ray, I'm not even lying. Halloween 4 looks amazing. Like
I've never seen a 4K movie.
I know you haven't, but I put my Blu-ray in, and that movie like does not look that great. It looks so good. I don't know. I liked it a lot more this watch. I like the whole segment where they're in the house, and I like that part whenever the chick and the boyfriend are about to have sex, and he's like, "My dad's home."
Your dad.
I will say the one thing I still don't understand this movie is when he shoots that front door, and he's like, "Damn, it's made of metal," and she was like, "What does that mean?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what does that mean?" Because it doesn't make any fucking sense. It looks like you blew. It looks like you blew a hole in the door. I don't get why you can't open it.
Sasha Jensen, though, either way, right?
God.
We had him on the show last year, Sasha. We haven't had any guests this year. You know that? I don't think, right?
We have not.
I
thought about messaging Don Machini because I want to talk about Chucky. Be like, will you come on our little podcast?
See if it happens.
Talk about your TV show. But you haven't. Me and something like people watching it.
Yeah. I don't want to watch it yet.
I'm trying to figure out guests. I know we haven't had guests in a while.
Yeah, Vince wants to come back on the show. He always does, but he won't answer me about 13 Fanboy and why I haven't seen the movie yet, and I paid $50 for it. So, yeah, I honestly am about done with fucking crowdfunding horror movies. I'm just gonna say that right now.
I saw Jared's post the other day.
Yeah,
it made me laugh.
He's right. It's in 2022. It'll be 5 years since that shit went to crowdfunding. That's bullshit. I understand people got jobs and all that, but 5 years, come on. And 13 Fanboy, they should have no excuse. The movie's on fucking Vudu, and I haven't gotten a copy or a screener link or anything to see it. That's horse shit. That's bad way to go when you're giving things to fans. So number one, if you haven't figured it out yet,
the rightful place.
Hashtag number one.
There's other places. I mean,
Uh-oh. Ray, you're breaking up if you can hear me.
We are losing you. But yes, number one, our Halloween. As if anybody was surprised. And it's not going back to our faces.
I think we lost Ray. But yeah, I mean, it has to be number one. I don't know. This movie, like, I'll never get tired of watching this movie. I don't know. It has a charm to it, which is, I don't know, weird to say about a horror movie. Ray's back.
My fucking internet is taking shits all over the place today. I don't even know what to do about it.
Well, we're almost done. Let's power through. I don't know. Anyways, Halloween 1 has like a charm to it. I don't know. Every time I watch it, I get a big like smile on my face, if that makes any kind of sense. It's just like we're back. We're watching it again. Loomis is amazing.
Kind of that weird goosebump feeling.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Because I lost track.
I was just talking about how number one has like a charm to it. Like I'll never get tired of watching it. It like puts a smile on my face when I put it in because I'm like, we get to watch it again. Let's go.
Yeah, you know, every time the opening credits start, no matter what, no matter how long it's been, no matter how many times I've seen this fucking movie, my body just fills with goosebumps. Seriously, I went 2 years being angry about when I started the Horror Syndicate, calling it overrated because that's all people seem to know when it comes to horror. But really, Halloween is I now call it the face of horror. Everybody knows Halloween, just like everybody knows Superman and Batman and Spider-Man. It's fucking. I mean, most people know Michael more than they know Jason. Yeah, in October, you hear people putting the Halloween theme on their phone as their ringer. You know, it's the face of horror.
I'll say, I just saw a Rotten Tomatoes. They did a big horror ranking thing, and it's down to like the last two, and it was just characters. Michael Myers is like winning, and that's just standard moviegoer people. It was Michael Myers and Jack Torrance from The Shining. Those were like the last two, and I was shocked The Shining was even on there.
Yeah, I don't know. Halloween's a great movie overall, and my brother-in-law hates slashers, and he was wearing his Halloween shirt the other day. I was like, "Oh, you're wearing a Halloween shirt?" He's like, "Yeah, because I'm sweating in it." I'm like, come on, dude, it's not that bad. It's a pretty damn good movie. I mean, it innovated the genre, and there's a lot of movies that we wouldn't have if it wasn't for Halloween. So
it was definitely a very first face of slasher.
Why does it say Rage for my name? I didn't type that in.
I don't know.
Somebody did.
It must know who I am. Rage Michael.
But I mean, there was other movies before Halloween, Black Christmas and
Black Christmas sucks. We know you like to say things suck, but it sucks.
Your face sucks.
It does.
I'm just glad they didn't go with the babysitter murders.
No, and there was other movies, including Italian movies that precursored this.
Dude, Italian movies made the giallos or slashers way before Halloween. I go ahead. I'm sorry. Right.
No, they totally are, but
yeah.
John Carpenter cemented the slasher genre with Halloween.
Yeah.
And Deborah Hill. Let's not forget Deborah Hill.
Well, no. God damn it. I can't have one liner.
Dropped his tuna melt all over again.
But no.
No, I mean, I don't know. It's got a lot of great scenes. I mean, my favorite scene is probably the bracket scene at the general store. Just them pulling up, smoking weed, and then their whole conversation, and the alarm going off, and and then them just leaving. Then he gets to talk to Loomis, and you see Michael driving by in the background while Loomis is looking around, just trying to see if he sees him.
Yeah, my favorite scene is the scene, where Lonnie comes up with a, "Hey Lonnie, get your ass away from there." I love that scene. But there's one scene that bothers me in the movie. The scene inside the house when Loomis is talking about the blackest eyes, the devil's. It's a great scene, right? But if you really pay attention to Brackett, it almost sounds like he's reading the line off the page right then. It's like it almost takes me to the moment now when I watch it. Like, come on, man, put some feeling in there. What do we do now? That's why, I mean, seriously, watch it again and watch that scene. I may have ruined that scene forever, but like it's just like he's reading the lines off the page, kind of like a Keanu Reeves. I think I got my computer working again.
He's a Bram Stoker's Keanu.
Hmm?
He's a Bram Stoker's Keanu.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Whoa.
What's my camera? There we go.
You're echoing.
Yeah, it's because there's two of me.
Jesus Christ.
No, I'm getting rid of this other one. Okay, there we go.
There's two of me.
There was two of me. Let's kick this shit out of here. All right.
You're gonna be Michael Keaton now?
Yeah, multiplicity. She touched my face. So, Seth, what do you got to say about Halloween? Am I coming through okay?
Yeah.
Did I post this yet? I'm off Halloween 1978, a classic. I prefer other Carpenter movies like Thing, Christine, Vampires. It's just a great movie of the genre. Yeah, my favorite Carpenter movie is on Halloween by far. Halloween is a good one, but my favorite is Prince of Darkness.
Mine's Christine.
How do I kick myself out? I can't kick the other Ray off because he's the admin. Oh, there he goes. Okay. So anyway, yeah, so that's what we got to say about Halloween. It's one of your favorite movies of all time, isn't it?
It's up there. It's for me, it's a piece of art. Just the way that it was shot, the pace and the score, just everything is great about it. And Amber doesn't like slasher movies at all, but I was watching it about maybe a month or two ago, and she was watching it with me, and she was watching it, and she was just commenting about how great it is, about the way that it was filmed and the way that it looked. You know what I mean? And that says something right there. But yeah, it's a fantastic movie. It's not my favorite Carpenter movie. It's my number 4 on my Carpenter list. But yeah, it's a great movie. And I think, since I've been kind of starting to watch some of the Giallo stuff, it kind of seems like Carpenter did take a little bit of an influence from them with some of his stuff. Like Halloween and, Someone's Watching Me kind of has that feel a little bit too. I noticed, actually, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I know Carpenter didn't direct Halloween 2, but the whole thing with the girl in the hot tub, they kind of did it first in Profondo Rosa. Kind of like he kind of really borrowed from that.
Deep Red.
But yeah, Carpenter's original Halloween is it's a classic in the genre, and for a very good.
Thank you, Seth, for calling it Profondo Rosso.
You're welcome, buddy.
That's Jared. I think you can call it either one at this point. But well, the thing is, like, going back, I've really dug into Giallos this year. And we talk about Halloween being one of the first slashers when there's Psycho and that Peeping Tom movie, which I've never seen, Black Christmas, Texas Chainsaw could be. But there's a lot of Giallos that are like predate Halloween that are more slasher because they're very much like that. But there's nothing wrong with it. Halloween's a great movie. I can't wait. I get to see it in the theater on Halloween with my kids who've never seen it in the theater. They love it too. Helena told me today it's her 4th favorite horror movie. So I'm like, what's 1 and 2? And she said Phantasm and Pet Sematary. And number 3 is Poltergeist. So I got to be doing something right, I think. If those are her 4 favorite horror movies. Yes. Then I grounded her. I said, "Worst Nightmare on Elm Street?"
Number 10.
Did she spite you and say it was dead last?
No, she said I like 4 better. I'm like, I'm okay with that. So I'm okay with that. Anyway, sorry about all the technical problems. My internet, my computer, all shitting on me today. I don't know why.
You turned in the Seth today.
Yeah. But this is an interesting question. Would anybody want to see a prequel to Christine? How the cars got. Well, the one thing about it is, and just going off topic for a minute, Christine is the when Arnie's buying the car from the guy and he talks about his brother. I wouldn't mind seeing that movie. What it did to that his brother. I think that'd be cool. But like a whole creation.
Totally
agree. And bring John Carpenter back to direct. I'd be totally down. Even though is this the one that he wasn't thrilled with working on, or I can't remember.
Well, he took it as he took it as a job after the thing kind of failed. But I mean, he directed a Christine music video like a year or two ago. I don't know if you guys saw that.
No, I didn't. I have to look that up.
Christine's my favorite John Carpenter movie. So,
did we ever talk about Christine? I don't think we have.
I don't think so. It's getting a remake, so you get that.
Oh my God, is it really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's been. I posted that on the Horror Syndicate like months ago.
Did we talk about that?
I don't think so. It's mostly like set off the book, like same date in the book and everything. So,
ooh. I mean, I guess that's one thing.
The book
is
a little different. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, John, I would like to see more Stephen King stuff closer to the book because it was somewhat closer to the book, and I really enjoyed those two movies. I just recently watched those. All right, so there's our countdown. We'll go back over them one more time. So,
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, I like that. I got some images saved on here that is just they're for fun, you know. Anyway,
Angel.
number 12 is Halloween Resurrection, as expected. Number 11, Halloween H2O. We got Halloween 2 from 2009, Rob Zombie's movie. Rob Zombie's Halloween. I probably should have put Rob Zombie's Halloween, but you know, fuck it. Number 7 is I forgot number 9. That's because it's not in line. There it is. Or number 10.
What is happening?
Number 7 is The Curse of Michael Myers. I should do this again. Resurrection. Here we go. Oh, I skipped 9. Oh, whatever. Okay, 7. Halloween Kills is number 6.
Apparently, there's no number 9.
I'm having a night, okay? Halloween 2018. Halloween 2. Halloween 4 and what the fuck? How'd that get messed up? Like, oh my god, no shit! I just found something new you could do on here.
Uh-oh.
And there's one. Fuck it! This show's over. I've had such a fucking hard time the last hour or so. Was it a great show? Somebody make a legit Dark Tower series. That would be cool.
I'd be down with that.
Yeah,
it was
so
a fun show.
All right. So, what are you guys doing for the Halloween weekend? Any plans? Any great plans?
I'm going to the movies twice, and
what are you seeing twice?
I'm seeing Antlers, and I'm seeing Last Night in Soho.
Great.
Because Halloween's not playing here.
Halloween is playing here. Jared, what are you doing for Halloween?
I was gonna say those are good choices. I am gonna be carving pumpkins, most likely.
I'm doing that tomorrow, and I'm excited. We're gonna watch Trick or Treat while we do that. Seth, what about you, bruh?
Bruh.
Well, I got to work Friday and Saturday night. Last weekend at the drive-in.
Showing anything
close. I believe so. They got some retro movies that they're going to play. Can't think of them off the top of my head. But other than that, taking the kids trick or treating. I'm going to get a nice shirt and I'm going to wear my Final Chapter mask and I'm going to go as Jason's short, fat, pacifist half-brother Chad Voorhees. So that should be fun. I'm going to kill people with hugs. Kill them with hugs.
Put a clip on your nose under the mask so you can be nasally.
I guess he'll speak. Yeah, actually, if you can't see, I've got Reynolds is dressing up as Michael Myers. Got the mask and got the coveralls. The Ghostface mask is Helena's being Ghostface. And if I can find my trench coat, I'm going to cut my goatee and go as Loomis. So I don't think that's happening. I cannot find that fucking trench coat anywhere. And I went to try to find one at the secondhand store. It was $25. I was like, fuck you. I'm not paying $25 for something I wear once. So anyway, yeah, happy Halloween, everybody. Remember, there's a lot going on the Horror Syndicate website, thehorrorsyndicate.com. Tons of good stuff on there. And then Seth's got this whole article that he did, I think it was last year or the year before, that it was just all Halloween. He ranks the movies, the masks, I think the actors, just about everything. It's a big-ass post. And you can check that out on there. We've got the brackets are wrapping up. It's looking like it's going to be the Lost Boys versus the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And then we're ranking rating the Elm Street movies. At some point in November, we'll probably start doing Friday the 13th. Eventually, we're going to rate like 500 movies. I'm going to make a big master list, the Horror Syndicate's top 500 fan vote movies. That's a big fucking task, just so you guys know. It's a giant task. I mean, even doing 12 movies is big because I have to tabulate everybody's fucking ratings. It's like for 5-star, you get five different stars, and Yeah, just I gotta calculate it and come out to an average.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's annoying, but at the same time, I like it. I also like seeing the comments. Also, I'm doing a video, Jason versus Michael Myers. We put up the post yesterday, and it got over 700 votes, and somehow Michael Myers is winning.
Yeah, don't make
sorry. And Seth just liked it. I saw that. I was like, "Come on, dude, what are you doing?" I guess you can't pick. It's like Sophie's Choice over here. But
no, it's because I saw your comment in the group chat about how.
Oh, you were being a smart. I should have known.
Yeah.
You smartass. So anyway, I'm gonna do one of those where I do read the comments, but we have like 100 of them, so I gotta pick like 15 comments out of that or something like that. So I'm gonna read the comments and then reveal who won. I'm gonna give it another day to marinate, and see if maybe Jason can pull ahead, maybe. And, but anyway, next week we're coming at you with another episode, something new, something where my computer doesn't fucking take a shit on itself. We're not sure yet what it's going to be, but it's definitely not going to be Halloween content. We're not doing that again until we start getting some information about Halloween Kills, and we can start doing theory shows about that. Probably not till like August, maybe next year.
Yeah.
In season 3, we'll have a new logo. Will be a different color. Will no longer be orange or whatever this color is. Yellow and blue, and it won't be blue and red. Something totally different.
Subscribe.
I'm thinking neon yellow for the skull and purple in the background. I don't know. Something crazy. I'm gonna ask JX to fix it for me. So anyway, anything else? Let's do final thoughts. I'm so flustered. I haven't eaten since like 1 o'clock. Final thoughts, Jared, on the Halloween series overall. Where does it rank among the big 3? That's the question. You guys answer that also. Where does it rank between Elm Street, Friday the 13th, and Halloween? Go for Jared.
That's a really good question. It's not going to be very liked amongst anybody listening, but the Halloween franchise sits second towards the Friday the 13th sound. So I have Friday the 13th, I have Halloween, I have Nightmare on Elm Street. So, yeah, I don't know.
Well, when I met you were more of a Friday the 13th guy. It seemed like. So,
yeah, as usual.
Yeah,
but see, that's the thing. Like, I don't want anybody to take the things I say out of context. They're all amazing franchises. Like,
and they're all different.
I find faults in all 3 fucking franchises. I hate movies in Friday the 13th. I hate fucking movies in Halloween. I hate fucking movies in Nightmare on Elm Street.
Whoa.
Like, no.
Yeah. And it's okay to be that way.
We are all that way. No.
I don't know where it would rank for me.
I want Nate. I want Seth Hootie. I want that.
Did you say out of the big 3 or the big 4?
What's the 4th one?
Hellraiser.
I was gonna say Leatherface, but
see, that's the problem. Because Chucky popped in my mind.
No. Leatherface is not in the 4. It's Hellraiser.
I haven't seen.
We haven't even covered that shit.
Sounds like we need to do a ranking of all the fucking franchises. Let's see which is the best. I mean, it's Elm Street for real, but anyway.
No.
So Keith, think about it for a second. Seth, you tell me. Well, how do you rank the series? Which one's your favorite? And I mean, I know none of them are really your least favorite because you love all 3, but
that's the difficult part because the ones that I love in each franchise I really love. But I guess if I had to do a non-cop out, ranking.
They're all tied.
It'd probably be.
Yes,
They're all ties. That's my cop out. That's my cop out answer. But I would have to probably say Halloween is number 1, Elm Street is number 2, and Friday is number 3. But they're all very close for me. They're all very close. I'm very passionate about all of them. And just like Jared, Hellraiser is number 4 for me.
Yes.
You got an answer yet, Joe?
It would probably be Nightmare, and then Halloween, then Friday the 13th. I don't know.
That's mine too. Elm Street's number 1, then Halloween, then Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th, they're all different, you know. Elm Street is just some cool stuff happens, especially early on. And then Halloween is classy almost in some respects. Then Friday the 13th is the party movies.
Well, I'll say I feel like Friday the 13th has the least amount of like substance, if that makes sense. I don't mean that like a bad way. I just
until you get to the later the Halloween movies.
Yeah.
No. They're all good series. I'm glad we've covered all 3 and rankings. I know Nate seems to hate it, even though he's the master list maker. Like every other day when I became friends with him, a new list for everything.
Here's my top 500 movies. I just put it together.
He could do it too.
20 minutes ago.
Like, hey Nate, we're doing a top 500 horror movies. 2 seconds later, he's got the list. Like, when did you make that? Just now.
Just now.
He has no problem doing that.
No, no problem at all. But anyway, I regardless of my computer fucking up, I had fun. I always have fun with you guys. We've got 3 shows coming up in November, probably same in December with the holidays and stuff. My favorite holidays coming up is Thanksgiving. I bet nobody expected that. So if you want, let us know in the comments if there's anything you'd like to see us talk about.
You are fired. You are fired.
We've got a few things. The Descent is something we want to talk about. Werewolf movies, like top 5 werewolf movies for each of us. Silver Bullet. So
I like
the stuff we could talk about.
I like the invasion idea.
Invasion. What was that one?
Like home invasion movies.
I didn't see.
I feel like there's a lot of variety there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, so we're over 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. Let's keep moving up, up and up and up and up, so we can get more subscribers.
Also, if you want to go look at it and maybe yell at it, I put up the teaser for the new Jeepers Creepers movie
on the Facebook page. Yeah,
it's 15 seconds long.
Huh?
It's 15 seconds long.
Yeah, there's not much there, but hopefully, like you said, hopefully it's better than the last.
The last one. Oof.
Yeah.
Saw that thing in theaters.
I didn't. I waited until like 3 years later. But anyway, we'll maybe we need a relaxing episode next week. I don't know. Maybe we'll do something kind of relaxing. We'll see. Anyway,
we talk about our favorite relaxing horror movies.
That's a thinker.
Here's the odd thing: Midsummer would be on mine.
What?
Yeah, I love that movie, dude.
How does that relax your brain?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I think it's just because of the way it's shot and the scenery and.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, that's a good part.
What about a show, something like movies we used to hate but now we love? Like we came up with a couple movies that we used to like. I used to hate The Wicker Man with a passion, but I watched it again a couple weeks ago, and I started liking it a lot more.
Yeah. Hereditary would be on mine, so
that's not old enough.
What? It's a movie. How old do you think I am? It's a movie I used to
How
hate.
do I think
I
you're
love.
12? You look like you're 12 with a little bit of facial hair.
Hey,
7th grade's been tough. We'll talk about it in the chat. Overboard. Okay. Next week we're talking about the Kurt Russell Goldie Hawn movie. Oh Lord,
classic.
Underworld. Yeah, Underworld's good. Anyway, we're gonna go. I'm gonna get something to eat and hang out with my kids. Elena wants to drink a Dr. Pepper, and I don't know if I should let her. It's kind of late. It's 8:30. I bought a 12-pack of Dr. Pepper just for that picture of Reynolds, by the way. And I'm like, I don't drink soda almost at all. So what I'm gonna do with it, I'm gonna fucking drink like 12 things of Dr. Pepper this weekend. This picture, I bought the Dr. Pepper just for that.
And I'm the one.
You need to do this picture. If you got the mask, you have to do it. I'll do it.
Well, I was going to say I'm the one who scoured.
Good.
I'm the one that scoured eBay for hours to find that Dr. Pepper can.
How much did you pay for it?
I don't know, like $12.
Was it a pull tab? Like they used to pull.
It's the one in the picture.
Well, I know, but I didn't know if there were pull tabs back then.
Well, it's the old style pull tab.
Is it full?
No, it's empty.
How much did you pay for that?
It's like $12, I think.
That's still too expensive for an old can.
Dude, it took me like 2 hours to find it.
For one can.
Yes, I wanted the can from the picture, so I bought it.
You didn't even buy a 12-pack.
Hang on, I'm coming back.
Nate showed me a picture. It was there was another Dr. Pepper can. I think they drank a lot of Dr. Pepper.
There's the can.
Oh yeah, look at that. I think they drank a lot of Dr. Pepper on the set of Halloween.
Took me forever to find this. You know how many results you get when you go to eBay and type in Dr. Pepper can? So many.
1,000?
A fuck ton. I was scrolling for hours.
You have way more money than you can.
I don't think I've ever bought a Vinegar Syndrome release.
Yeah, they released Overboard.
Oh, is that? Yeah,
they asked for it as a joke, and they're like, "Yeah, you can release it."
Oh, that's right. They did.
They're like, "Okay."
They well, we still need to talk about Scream Factory and all that stuff again. Like we talked about doing a Scream Factory versus Arrow versus this versus that. Yeah. So we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that right around Christmas. I'm gonna end this because we're just talking like we're off air. So
actually, Christmas would be good because we can be like, "Here's some gift ideas for your horror fans who actually buy physical media."
Maybe we'll do that first week of December because you got to order it early. Fucking takes Scream Factory like 8 weeks to ship something. So anyway, subscribe to the channel if you like hearing us chat about almost nothing and Dr. Pepper cans. And we'll see you next week with a new episode of the Horror Syndicate Discourse. Have a great Halloween. Have a safe Halloween. Have a great night. Watch horror movies. You only got 3 more days left to watch horror movies, apparently, if you're a regular person.